Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are going to flip through and kind of review the Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment Tarot, Finding Magic in the Midst of Life. We did unbox this during a live, but in case you missed it, we're going to go ahead and do a regular video because I feel like it deserves one. So this retails for $39.99 and it is published by Red Feather, and I will link where you can purchase this down in the description box below. I'm not sponsored, I'm not paid for this. I just want you guys to find what you're looking for and give credit where credit is due. So the back reads, profound wisdom is made accessible with this contemporary 78 card deck and expansive guidebook, which demystifies the traditional tarot without losing its essential magic or structure. This down-to-earth yet captivating tarot reveals the extraordinary in the ordinary, reminding you that there's nothing humdrum about the everyday life. The distinctive cards depict recognizable characters of all ages, appearances, and abilities, providing insight and inspiration from people just like you. The comprehensive book allows each familiar character to communicate directly, combining their story with keywords and clear descriptions that invite your intuitive interpretation. This warmly inclusive tarot celebrates all life, embracing nature and the non-human beings that share our world, our unseen companions and our creature kin. Here, wild spirits and animals, car mechanics, and busy parents are all equally vital and each has something meaningful to share. These engaging individuals support and encourage you on your journey, making every day more enchanted. So, I absolutely was blown away by the whole concept of this deck. It was recommended and requested by multiple people, and it's just beautiful. So it opens up wonderfully like this. The only pet peeve I have of it is that it's a split deck, and it's a pet peeve. I know it's ridiculous, but it's just my pet peeve. Sorry. So we're gonna go ahead and take them out. I love the back of these cards too. Look at how gorgeous they are. And they are a wide deck. It's a big deck. So similar to an oracle deck, and the cardstock is very nice. It's like a little bit thicker than maybe a Llewellyn deck. It's not paper thin, but however, I know that you guys like to know about the cardstock, and it is a matte, so that is nice too. And there are different borders depicting the different suits and the major arcana, and the guidebook is very easy for beginners and advanced alike, telling what's going on in the image. There's a story behind the image and then a meaning, and we do have keywords. So what we'll do is we'll flip through the deck and we'll shuffle, and then we will pull a card to read from the guidebook. So here we go. The borders are a little distracting at times. I can see that, but it's not terrible. I don't mind them because like the artwork itself is really beautiful and you can still see everything. I feel like the characters' expressions are very accessible and you can understand exactly what the artist slash author is trying to convey. I feel like it goes with the energy of the cards. There's diversity, there's inclusivity, there's it checks off all of my boxes. So that was really awesome to see. So as far as an everyday deck, I feel like it's very beneficial to have if this deck calls to you. Something that you can use every day like the title suggests. And the one thing I would like to point out is that the major arcana is not numbered. It doesn't have its corresponding number. So just keep that in mind as well. But also look at this. I absolutely love seeing wheelchairs. I love all of that. It's inclusive, basically is what I'm saying. But this is for strength. So that's really cool. I know that the Super Lunaris Tarot featured a woman in a wheelchair for the Chariot, I believe. So we have people of all ages, colors, body types, professions. It really is very representative of our modern day. And there's a lot going on in each card too. So every time you pull a card, you can kind of see something new, which I really like. And I love this death card. It's so sweet, I guess is the word that I want to say. Sweet, and it's not scary at all. And the guidebook really goes into detail about the description of the art. This is a great devil card, by the way. So you really get to understand the concept behind the art, and it helps you learn the card a little bit better too. When you understand what symbols or what expression was made for this piece of artwork. I cannot speak. This is very neat. Okay, so now we are in the Suit of Wands. This is very cool, Two of Wands. I love this Four of Wands because they're birthday candles. It's so great. This is really neat too. I feel like this is a very apt description of the Ten of Wands. Very relatable. Just going for it. Love it. I love that she still has the sunflower in her hair. And like, this is beautiful. I love that. Okay, we're in Pentacles or coins for this deck. I love adding the animals and then the ethereal kind of characters or the otherworldly characters. It's just really very fun. You get a little bit of everything in this deck. I love this so much. All of the food, just this little goat in the background, and then we have the chickens. It's just so great. And smiling faces. Oh, love it. So I do want to touch on the fact that this deck has pretty much checked all of my boxes when it comes to what I look for you guys and for myself. If it's a modern deck, so, you know, if it's not based on a theme of any sort, if it's just based on humanity like this is, we should be looking for diversity. We should be looking for inclusivity. We should be looking for, you know, different age ranges, different body types. We should be looking for that because tarot is a representation of us. And it's not just one, you know, nationality. It's not just one body type, because when you are reading for yourself and other people, just like any other form of media, you want to see yourself represented so you can connect to it. If it is a modern deck, there's literally no excuse anymore to not see those things. So that is a hill I will proudly stand upon every time. So I know some of you might be a little irritated that I bring it up, but I bring it up because it's important. And so it is a hill that I am standing upon every single time. So it's important. I love this too. Just Subway. It seems like it's a Subway. Love that. There's another deck that I just kind of don't feel like I can purchase because I think it would be a deck that I would get too depressed with every time I use it. And I know it's for, there's a reason for it. It's the Next Generation Tarot, I believe. This kind of reminds me of it because in that deck, there's a lot of diversity and inclusivity, but it's about, you know, there's a lot going on. We'll just leave it at that, to where I don't know if I got it, I would feel like I could use it, just because I think I would get a little too bogged down. It's a little too real is what I'm saying. So, but for those of you who do use it, props to you. It's just one of those decks that, like, yes, it's an important deck, I believe, but I don't think me personally, I could handle it. Just too real. But let me know if you own it, if it's something that you do recommend, because for whatever reason, this deck is reminding me of that. But this is a very gentle deck. It doesn't really terrify or intimidate. I feel like it's a very real picture of an everyday life and everyday situations, to where you can relate to it very, very easily. All of these emotions, definitely. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this card specifically. There's just a lot of real and raw emotion in this deck, and I feel like that is really, really important, especially if you want to use this for everyday workings. And again, with clients too. So for a lot of clients that are new to tarot, that don't really know what to expect, this might be a great deck, because again, it's very representative of everybody, and the emotions and the face expressions definitely can convey what is going on in the card. So, and again, it's not very intimidating, it's not scary, but it's highly relatable. Okay, and we'll shuffle. These are a bigger deck, like I said, so it's a little harder to shuffle for smaller hands. but it is doable. And then I'll show you a couple different ways that you can shuffle with this deck. So obviously this way. And then what I like to do with bigger decks is shuffle them on the side. I feel like I can get them a little bit easier together this way. A little bit easier to manage for me. As I say that, it doesn't work. And then you can shuffle it this way. So let's pull a card real fast. All right, Queen of Wands. So I won't read the entirety of what's going on because there's a lot of information, but what I will do is read most of it for you. So Wands, 62. And I don't have my little stand, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. Okay, so we have Queen of Wands here. The keywords: extrovert, exuberant, alluring, assured, assertive, healthy, inspiring, vibrant, ingenious, and bold. So let's look at the image here. And it says the Rider-Waite card shows a sedate monarch while this queen vigorously directs her orchestra at an outdoor concert. One hand is raised in a flourish as the other waves her baton, a magic wand used to conduct energy, as well as her musicians, whose bows are also wands. She wears vivid scarlet, echoing the traditional queen and her passionate nature, while the black cat pattern on her skirt symbolizes her charm and independence. A cat also appears in the classic image. The sunflower in her orange hair represents vibrant life. She's no shrinking violet. And she smiles ecstatically, enjoying the attention of the rapt audience and photographers. Oh my goodness. The fireworks express her fizz and intensity. She's a powerful, potentially explosive personality that makes sparks fly. Two moths flit around, drawn to her light, and a fire element adds zip and zang. Okay, so then we'll skip the story, but we will take a look at the meaning here because that's what's important. The effervescent queen offers all of the invigorating wand's energy we'll need to take the world by storm with flair and gusto. If this captivating lady believes in us, then we must have something fabulous to offer. Can we sing but aren't confident enough to perform? Is there a worthy cause that needs a champion but we're too nervous to speak publicly? Are we underselling our product? This queen wants us to show our face with pride and ignite our passion, letting fervor propel us forward. The heat is already on for us to show what we're made of. All we need to do is turn it up so we're on fire and really cooking. If we're feeling down in the dumps, then being around her can be a tonic for the blues. She's the friend that will persevere until she's lightened us up. Her encouraging attention is flattering, but can be counterproductive if we're seriously depressed. This vivacious queen has little empathy for or experience of debilitating despair. We can bask in her radiance and she'll give us a boost of bright energy, but ultimately she wants us to be a light onto ourselves, changing our default setting from half empty to hopeful. Do we feel we're worth making the effort for? This vital lady asks us to find our own optimum mental and physical health now, to stop coasting and get into top gear. She'll support us if she thinks we're giving our all, but never uses her power to coerce. She just gives us the choice to shine like her or not. This queen is so splendid that she can be intimidating. Like the incandescent sun at midday, she casts deep shadows, and when she's around, we may find ourselves fading into obscurity. Because she lights up a room and makes heads turn, we can feel inferior or jealous in her presence. The cat design on her skirt reminds us that females can lash out and hiss when they're challenged, yet she's more likely to laugh than spit. She doesn't feel superior, only confident in herself. If we appreciate her, fine. If not, especially fine. She enjoys approval but doesn't need it. Do we? She'd hate us to feel second-rate and suggests we display our own merits, being strong in who we are. She wants equally performing at their own peak, not adoring acolytes. She's not perfect. She has the wand's propensity for vitality, but any squalls pass quickly, and her dazzling sunny side comes out again. There are no cups types type sulks or blades style intrigues here. Just a luminous individual whose fire warms more than it singes. So, my whole thoughts on this deck is that I am in love with it. I think it is wonderful, especially for beginners. With the story and the imagery, it really does help paint a picture of what the images mean in the cards and what the energy of the cards represent. I feel like whatever level you are at with tarot reading, this will be a great addition to your collection. It is a little bit pricey, but I feel like the quality's there. I feel like it's worth it, honestly. The packaging is great. It's slim. However, that's just my pet peeve of splitting the deck, because I want to make sure they're even and I don't like the struggle to get it out. That's just who I am. But there was a suggestion too, if you don't like the borders and would like them a little bit smaller, you can use a little paper cutter to trim the edges if they bother you. You wouldn't really be destroying the back too much. So there's that as well. But yeah, I would love to know what you think about this deck down in the comment section below. Your comments and your opinions are always valid, and I just enjoy seeing the difference of opinions. So that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me, spending your time with me. I know this was a little bit longer, but I wanted to get you guys going with what's involved in the guidebook. So there was a lot of information there. So, oh, and by the way, there are no spreads in this, so just be warned. But yeah, anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thanks so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.